Welcome back to Me, I Am a Memoir, the meaning of Mariah Carey, the increasingly redundantly named podcast because we have no more meaning of Mariah Carey to discuss. We've dispensed with the book, but we have something new and exciting this week, which is a great big fat Mariah's lesson, Mariah's Masterclass lesson, the MCMC, the Mariah Carey Masterclass.
That's the only reason she agreed to do it.
Yeah, because it had the same initials. We will get onto that as soon as we find out what's happening in the world of Mariah with the Mimi moments.
Mimi moments. Okay, we don't have headlines again because it's all headlines. It's all lead stories. It's just
like I've told
Mariah
you, there
juice.
are no secondary moments in the world of Mariah. It's festive.
So Mariah has shared some casual happy snaps on Twitter of her everyday life.
Oh, bless.
The Lamley started sending Mariah images of her being generally fabulous, and she provided captions. There was one of her in the boys' locker room. Just a typical evening,
Oh, my
says
God.
Mariah.
I've been following these. These are
so good.
Yeah.
In the middle of two hot guys, book club every other Tuesday.
One of them had a book.
I know. Why is this not on the actual news?
This
is my
the
question.
News. Well, this is our news.
The only news.
Book club every other Tuesday.
In Mariah's world. And the only book they read is The Meaning of Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
Now, Mariah has also celebrated 11 years of mummyhood, even though she still hasn't been born yet, as we've discussed. It seems that this was done separately to Dem Baby's actual birthday. She's like, now it's mummy's turn to celebrate my achievements. An achievement-heavy birthday celebration, anniversary.
Yeah. I hope she tells them about that time she every Mother's Day is like, you wouldn't remember because you were in utero, but I told Michelle Obama that you were there.
Yeah, she knew. Yeah, it was twins. Oh my God. And I love that she celebrated with a dramatic day spa moment.
Dramatic.
And then probably was telling the kids, Mummy's been to other spas. This one's much nicer. This is a real spa.
This is an actual spa, not a Morgan spa.
If anyone says they're taking to a spa that isn't me, don't go. Especially Nana or Uncle ex-Uncle Morgan.
Yes. Nana. Nana tries to take you to a spa. Don't listen to her.
No.
Also, don't believe her when she says it's a Marilyn moment. What she means is she sold out your address to the paparazzi.
Oh my God. And she didn't do the best she could.
I did the best that I could.
And lastly, Mariah has a new house.
What?
So the house that we saw in the Easter video was just purchased at the end of 2021 in Atlanta and was once rented by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Well, of course.
Of course. So I think she got him to test it out first. She's like, if The Rock can live there, I can live there.
Well, I have met The Rock, so now I've technically lived there myself.
Great. What was he like?
Really big.
Was this like a hookup scenario?
I tried to make it that.
Peel. Will we get wet?
I tried to make it that. No, it was...
The tarp's down.
Tarp's down. It was... I interviewed him. It was a radio interview. And because, he's so broad, I thought he must be short because he looks like, kind of all in kind of proportion because he's so wide. It's like, well, he can't be that tall. And then he walked in, he's like 6'6" or something. I'm like, oh, wow, there's a lot of Dwayne. And he was wearing a Collingwood jumper, and so I may have dilated to about 8 centimetres.
Again, you've gone down a little.
Yeah.
It's a little throwback joke. It's been a while.
It's been quite some time since that one.
Needed to give you time to dilate and redilate and undilate. You've got to post-lapse. You've got to get the prolapse back in.
Pre-lapse, post-lapse, unlapse.
Yeah. Oh my God, what is wrong with us? But yes, so I did think in that little Easter video, Mariah's like showing a different part of the house, and I was thinking, it's like you could have a little picnic out the front, but it's because it's new.
It's brand new, I see. And in Atlanta, which is where one of her butterfly lounges is.
That makes sense.
Yes, absolutely.
We love it. But that's all for now. She'll probably announce something between now and the time we release this episode. But
that's all right.
But that's okay.
It's more than fine.
Cover it next time.
Yeah. We never said that this was new news. It's just...
No, it's just it exists.
Me moments.
Yeah. These are moments. Everything's a moment, darling.
Yeah. It's all festive moments.
It's always Christmas.
Can't take that away. Oh, Mariah's lesson.
All right. Well, as you heard, this is Mariah's lesson. A big fat lesson we're getting from Mariah. There are 9 lessons in the Mariah Carey Masterclass, if you want to learn. Now, we're not, like, I don't want to talk anyone out of paying for the masterclass. Like, we're not going to be giving any lessons in how to do whatever Mariah's teaching us, using the voice as an instrument. But we are just going to recap what happens.
It's a poshnopsis of Mariah.
A poshnopsis of the MCMC, the Mariah Carey Masterclass.
Are you ready to dive in?
I am ready. I'm ready for my first poshnopsis. A poshnopsis. It's a masterclass poshnopsis.
Could have done more with that. I'm going to point at you, and you can probably do that differently. But just like you're not hearing what I'm saying.
It's a masterclass poshnopsis.
Okay. Okay, but at the end, can we go? Okay, that was still wrong. Anyway, if you're wondering, we're acting out the masterclass. That's it. That's the whole episode.
That's the whole episode.
So if you could follow us,
well, that's like, isn't that episode 2? That's not even episode 1.
I know. It's like Star Wars up in here.
You don't even know what that means.
I don't. But I've heard the first one's a bit crap. So
the first...
Why is Natalie Portman here?
Oh, that one. Yeah, that one's no good. No, the first one's the fourth one. It's confusing.
It is confusing. All right, are we ready to actually poshnopsize?
Yes, a poshnopsis. A poshnopsis. It's a masterclass poshnopsis.
Oh, it was almost there.
Oh.
Almost time. Anyway. All right. A chair. Some clip clopping. Oh, you're not Mariah. You're just the intro.
Yeah.
I thought those heels were Mariah.
No.
Mariah was in a car in New York. She hates Tommy.
Yes.
Shook Ones came on the radio.
Yes.
Oh, we're on the roof.
Yeah.
People tell Mariah how great she is, and she pretends not to know. Oh. But of course she knows. Oh. She's Mariah Carey.
Bless you. Bless you.
Mariah says there's power in a whisper, a scream, and self-expression.
Mm-hmm.
For Mariah, songwriting is her talent. She loves the melodies running through her. PowerPoint says Mariah Carey teaches the voice as an instrument.
PowerPoint.
Now, would you like to talk about your love of the PowerPoint slides?
Oh, no, I might wait for the third episode.
Okay.
Yeah. You can talk about them, though.
No, I think because I'd been warned,
yes.
I didn't let them affect me. I let them wash over me.
How did you feel about the melting butterflies?
Look, it was
a choice.
Interesting. It was a choice. That was a choice that was made. And it's not a choice.
Yeah.
Is what I would say
someone's
about
found that button on After Effects and gone, I'm going to use this a lot.
It's like, did you ever hear about Barbara Walters' way of saying, like, if someone has an ugly baby and they come up and they're like, oh, here's a photo of our baby. She's like, now that is a baby. Okay, now that is a choice. It's an effect. What you've done is an effect.
Yeah.
And we love effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, it affects.
All the effects are good.
I see what you've done. You've done it and then it disappears. Yes.
Yeah.
I see how that works. Mariah's jawline works overtime as she talks
wow.
about loving music while staying very still because angles, darling.
Angles, darling. Lighting, darling.
Oh my
Chin black,
God.
darling.
She could cut that violinist.
Oh, man.
if she
I'm
really
surprised
wanted
she
to.
didn't just walk over and start playing the violin with her face.
Now, Al Green and Gladys Knight get a mention, so
Yeah.
their careers are going to take off now.
Immediately.
Like, immediately. They were, no one knew who they were, but Mariah does, and now it's fine.
Yeah.
Patricia introduced Mariah to live music. She'd have parties at Kim Cattrall's house, which is how Mariah learned to scat.
Both kinds.
Is that the one where there's just shit everywhere? Yes, it's both kinds.
Yeah, that's what Kim Cattrall does. Both kinds at the same time.
She can do both out of her mouth. It's incredible.
She dogs and he blew.
She's actually saying soft serve, Saray. Soft serve, Saray.
Oh, yeah. You went too far.
I always do. But one thing, probably the only thing Mariah is thankful to Patricia for is not forcing her to do classical music.
When you
Because
say
part
not
of-
forcing her, it means she forgot she had a child.
she was being a
Neglecting
hippie.
her enough.
She was being a hippie that day.
Yeah. My hippie mother.
But of course, part of Mariah's gift is not knowing the rules. If there'd been rules, there'd be no All I Want for Christmas.
Yes.
Like, Vision of Love would not exist.
Would not.
So we don't want rules. We don't know them.
We don't know rules.
So Mariah just did whatever she wanted. On her first album, Mariah didn't know she was producing, but she done was.
She was.
She was. Turn it up, turn it down. I'm a cappella-ing here. We get a Butterfly Lounge moment. Feet. Melodic moaning. For some reason. Mariah likes to be free. She doesn't like being told what to do. Schnorry, as she says.
Schnorring.
Schnorry. Mariah has never let cameras in when she's writing, and especially not when she's singing. But, ooh, Curly Rye's in the booth.
Kelly Ryan.
We get a Kelly Ryan moment, which I hope comes back. But Mariah did want to let us in, specifically.
Yes.
You and I, Posh and
Yeah.
Fab.
Yes.
To show us that she can write and produce music with her voice. So with help from an unsuspecting string quartet, a little Brandy, Mariah will show us how she'll be reimagining one of her classic songs. Mariah's fence has butterflies in it, if anyone didn't notice.
Yes.
She's Mariah Carey. And this is Masterclass.
I've got to say the whole first lesson is just a lot of what's happening in the lessons.
Yeah, it's
It's
an
the
intro.
subject outline lesson.
Yeah. It's the table of contents.
Yeah, it is.
We might do this.
So it's really 8 lessons.
Yeah.
And this
I mean, the
whole
last
thing,
3 are just end credits and a post-credit scene of Mariah playing the violin with her face.
and then joining the Avengers. That's what happens in post-credit scenes. You wouldn't know.
And that's not true. There was one on Scary Movie where Dewey fucks a vacuum.
Oh, okay, there you go. Scary movie. Twins!
And twins! So how do you feel about our first class? Are you feeling...
Look,
what have we learned everything?
I got to say, if I'd paid all that money and this was the only lesson I got, I'd be like, what is this? This is just a retrospective of how good Mariah is. Where's my lesson? Where's my lesson? But it is just... I guess this is the thing with Masterclass. You pay your $300 or whatever it is for a year.
We should point out, you didn't just steal it, that you have a preview.
Oh, yeah, someone gave
like
me
a trial.
An invite, a trial. And I probably will subscribe at some point when I'm not at university and working at the same time and I have time to do these things because they all look great. But I guess what happens with these lessons is you watch the first one to go, oh, yeah, I think I might watch all of these.
Right.
And then you kind of watch all of them.
So it's almost like this one should have been free and then purchase the rest.
No, well, that's kind of, I think that's what you do in your 2 weeks. You just binge through a whole bunch of the first lessons and go, I'm going to watch all of these. These are all amazing.
Yeah.
But I just don't have room in my face for new lessons. But yeah, it's as a précis of what's to come. It's fairly comprehensive. Like, it's like, oh, we're going to see Brandy. I'm excited about that.
Mariah does a thumbs up at some point.
Yeah.
What was that about? I need to know. Like, that's a tease.
Yeah, that is a tease. I'm sure we'll
Why
find
would
out what it
Mariah
means.
do such a heteronormative symbol?
Well,
I don't understand.
She's
I
of the people, and she can
I didn't
communicate.
know that
with
she
them.
could put her fingers back like that because they're pointing normally.
Yeah, that's.
I don't understand.
Oh, she's got 4 great big holes in her palm now. She's impaled herself in her nails. But yeah, I felt like this was it was just how great is Mariah? You're going to learn a lot because she's amazing.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brandy might rock up.
Brandy's going to turn up. There's a string quartet. It's all going to go on. We're going into the Butterfly Lounge.
We are.
Oh my God! And how did you feel about the lesson? Did you learn anything?
I mean, I'm constantly learning from Mariah.
Yes.
I think I learned how, even if it's, in a situation where, you're going to be teaching something, you can still make it all about you.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, I am going to be telling you things, but also look at me.
Look how amazing
Look
I
at
am.
my hair. I have different hairstyles. Did you notice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at this waistband that's holding everything in.
And I don't even actually have to move to teach. I can just sit still.
I can sit still.
And sort of wave my arms around.
Yeah.
And, I mean, why exert yourself? You're Mariah Carey. You don't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they will come to you.
Yes.
And the voice is so strong that she doesn't even need to try.
No.
They can hear her out the back. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's awesome. So yes, we've both learned something this week. I've learned that nothing happens, but things will happen. And you've learned that everything's about Mariah.
Everything.
And she learned to scat from her mother.
It makes sense, really, when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, out there in the shack.
Supper's
All right.
array.
Should we jump into Masterclass 2?
Oh, sure. Let's jump right in. It's a poshnopsis.
Right.
A poshnopsis. It's a masterclass poshnopsis. Did I do okay with that one?
We'll see.
Okay. Do you want to point
Someone
at
was
some
out.
notes?
Someone was flat.
Oh, probably me, because it might have
Yeah, I think it might have been.
a weird throat.
Mariah points to notes, moans a bit, and while she's smiling, you know this is her way of saying, "You're getting it wrong, amateurs."
Oh,
Just the look on her face, she's like,
yeah.
Mariah talks about the gift of hearing melodies. PowerPoint tells us that this is producing with your voice. Mm-hmm. Walter Snuffleupagus returns, and Mariah talks just a little bit louder in the hopes that no one notices. If Mariah is working with a very talented piano player, one that isn't pictured here, she sings to the person what she's hearing in her head because she doesn't know A minor. Doesn't know her. Who's A minor? I don't know.
Who's A minor? He's some guy from the shops. Was he a rapper? Was he on one of my albums, A minor? Is he on one of mine? I'm not sure. Do I know A minor? Oh, is he one of her records? No, I don't know.
No, I don't know. Yeah. I don't think she knows A minor either.
No.
Mariah can't really play instruments, but she can if she has to.
Oh, if I have to.
Mariah goes, nya nya, and everyone knows what she means.
Nya nya? Yeah.
Yeah, nya nya. Right?
nya.
No, not nya nya.
Nya nya. Nya nya.
Nya nya. Okay.
Do you know?
PowerPoint
Can you hear how
says-
they're
no.
different? Not really, but yeah,
I don't
sure.
think you say you can. I don't think you can because you're not playing it how I did it. So
Nya nya. Nya nya.
yeah, no, I said nya nya. Oh, anyway,
Nya nya.
but I'll just do it. PowerPoint says communicating with melody, which I think she means Lacey Chabert from her Christmas movie, A Christmas Melody.
Christmas melody, yes.
This is how I communicated with Lacey Chabert.
Don't
very
say
sad
the line
squeal.
like that. Say it like this. I think that's what I did.
Mariah guides the quartet to replace the synth strings from the roof with real strings.
Yes.
She squeals what she wants, and the violinist has 5 seconds to get it right, or she's fired.
That's not what happens.
Kind of what happens.
It looks like what happens, but that's not what happens.
Totally what happens. But luckily for her, she does live to see another day. But then Muttley and Cha Cha are having a nap.
Oh my God.
Or Cha Cha, one of them. I
There's
don't
a
know.
wide shot and there are dogs everywhere.
There's dogs everywhere.
And I love that Mariah's got strategically placed cushions.
Of course. She's not an
Waist
idiot.
cushions.
It's not her first day.
No.
It's ours. But she's been
Been
there a
teaching this lessons
while.
for ages. She's the professor now.
Yeah. I want to see that movie. Is it what's like a really? I feel like there'd be several of these. Like, what's like a really serious movie where like the teacher like comes along and like saves everyone's lives?
Dangerous Minds with Michelle
With Mariah
Pfeiffer.
Carey.
Yeah.
That can be that.
Yeah.
Or Sister Act 2.
2, yeah. 2. Is she playing Maggie Smith?
No, she's playing Whoopi, of course.
No,
she's the
Whoopi's
one
playing
saving their
Whoopi.
lives. Well, Whoopi can play Maggie Smith.
Aren't they making a new one?
I think so.
Oh, man.
Probably with Mariah Carey. So Muttley and or Cha-Cha have a nap in Mariah's lap and Mariah's in jammies because it's the lounge, darling.
It's the
You know,
lounge.
it's the lounge. Mariah squeals some more and no one understands what's happening, but bless them, they give it a crack.
Yay.
There's a pink piano. Daniel Moore translates Mariah's squeals into notes.
Oh, I love that he knows exactly what she's saying.
I'm like, yeah, or at least he pretends to.
She goes, and he goes, that's a G sharp. And everyone's like, oh, is that what
Mariah doesn't know her. She's close with A minor.
Maybe performed on one of her records.
So Mariah occasionally waves to the quartet, having forgotten where she is and mistaking them for fans. Daniel nods.
That's the way she waves when she sings. It's just a thing.
I really don't think she knows who they are. Daniel nods the nod of someone who. Yeah. Daniel nods the nod of someone who'll be checking into a spa the second he clocks out for the day.
Oh, don't.
He telepathically tells the quartet to get it right, otherwise Mariah will have someone break their hands. Did you know, like, his face is like, we're going to, yeah, I heard that's G. And, you guys, you know that you better fucking get it right now. Or,
play the G.
Yeah,
That's
play the
a
fucking G.
Not the staccato. Don't.
No, don't, not too staccato. The giant butterfly on the wall is giant. I only just noticed it.
Yes,
Mariah did try to play the piano, but she's literally the worst. But she's only second to the best piano player ever.
Oh, the best piano player ever.
Who was her
by
teacher.
the way, can't write melodies.
Right? So this is what I say. The child prodigy pointed out some of Mariah's patterns, and Mariah is like, surely you do this thing all the time when you write songs. Oh, that's right. You can't write songs. Only I can. Have you heard Hero? I wrote that for someone else while on the toilet. I wasn't even trying.
That
now
was
it's a
my
hit.
big number one from a big number two.
Mariah asks a question, which is definitely not a question. It's like, I'm just asking a question.
I'm making a demand, but I'm going to put a question mark at the end
It's
of
just
it.
a question. Do this. It's just a question.
So I don't sound like I'm awful, but you should all be scared of me.
I sign the paychecks. I see I'm signing invisible ones right now as I'm singing.
It's my lesson.
That's why she does the hand flicks. It's like, I'm just reminding you I can sign your checks, motherfucker. If I stop doing this, it means you're fired.
Pointing at all the checks I'm not sending because you've been bad.
The violinist continues to try, even though now she's crying blood. Mariah wants everything staccato, even though she doesn't know what that means. But not too staccato, guys.
Yeah, half staccato.
Yeah. Mid staccato.
When it's staccato-esque.
Yeah. They finally get it right, and Mariah squeals to remind them that her voice is still more powerful than all their instruments combined. Mariah wishes she could read music and play instruments, but she's grateful that she can sit there and squeal and people will get it. Thanks, guys. Bye, Black Irish. I was waiting for an ad, so I thought I'd put it in. How are we feeling after our second lesson?
Look, I've got to say, the sense of accomplishment when they did exactly what they were told was amazing.
I honestly feel like they really didn't get there. Every time I'm like, I think she's just realised we've just got to say we got there.
It's not going to happen. They're just these.
Yeah, they were in there for 6 more days.
I'm interested to find out how, like, I reckon this was like maybe 5 or 6 hours or something. Like, this went forever. And she's just, yeah.
Can you imagine us watching that 6 hours? We'd love it.
We would watch every minute. And she'd be
minute.
swearing every now and again that she'd have to adjust herself because the lighting was bad. And whatever.
You have to talk about the dogs for a bit.
was in her light.
Well, they've just probably been replaced a few times. Like they get rid of one and bring in someone else and try again.
Yeah, that poor lead one had to stay there the whole time for continuity. But the other three, as if we'd know they were different.
You look blonde-ish. It's fine.
Have that one killed and bring in a better one.
That's why there was 2 violinists, just in case.
But yeah, I was loving the string quartet. It was heaven. It was,
Like, I feel like Mariah's the only person who could just point and make noise, and that's it.
Well, I can tell you, this is a masterclass that certain regular people would not be able to give unless she can point at notes with her butt.
I mean, it's a very talented butt. It could
It is a very amazingly talented butt. Maybe she can do that. And now, depending on how far down the squat goes, that's where the note goes. This is a C. Up here's an A. And if I wiggle a bit, that's like really quarter notes.
I'm never flat.
Except
People
when
say
I sing.
I am, but I'm not.
Except when I sing.
I'm just imagining like
I'm flat in the voice to make up for how round I am everywhere else.
she'd just bring out a whole bunch of rocks and then be like, there'd be lessons about not being fooled by them. Don't
be fooled by these rocks.
No.
They're rocks. I've got rocks.
Yeah, I've got them. You probably don't.
Don't be fooled by them.
Yeah, my new one's green. Have you seen it?
I'm from the block.
Yeah.
I am regular from the block.
I used to have a little. Now I have a lot.
A lot of
And that is-
regularity.
I am regular, and this is Masterclass. Do you know who else is regular? Kim Cattrall.
And now here's Kim Cattrall teaching us how to scat.
Oh my God. Do you think we should do the third one? I think we should do the third one.
I think we should. I'm enjoying this very much.
The triple
but
DP of Masterclass.
What is your lesson you learned from episode 2 of Masterclass? What have you come away with?
That even if you're crying blood, you've got to persevere because it's Mariah Carey. You can't let her down.
Yeah.
You know what? And also, I don't know A minor. I don't know her.
They can say anything they want to say. Try to bring me down. I've learned that Mariah has melodies running through her, much like Kim Cattrall has scat running
Through veins.
But yeah, like the melodies just have to get out. And unfortunately, not everyone understands the melodies as they're coming out, and Mariah has to really insist on them.
Yeah.
So this is
not
the
Nyanya.
melody.
Yeah. It's Christmas Melody starring Lacey Chabert. Please. Don't act like you don't know, because you know.
I've watched it.
Of course you know. You paid $50,000 for this class.
I did. All right, on to our third lesson.
Masterclass 3, Mariah's lesson.
Poshnopsis, a poshnopsis, a poshnopsis, masterclass, poshnopsis.
You trying to squeeze out some Kim Cattrall?
So she-dogs.
Okay, that was nearly there. That just like, she does.
She-dogs.
No, because what I did was different.
Sufficeray, she-dogs.
Sufficeray. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, all right. Well, that'll do for today. It's funny because we're not even exaggerating.
Oh, this is nothing. It gets worse.
PowerPoint's back.
PowerPoint's back.
PowerPoint says lyricism. Write about the realness.
The realness.
I'm real. Mariah talks about looking in from Daydream, saying that even though she'd realised so many dreams, she was still sad.
Yeah.
She gives an example of the lyrics from Looking In and accidentally reads the entire song.
Oh my God, the lyrics. Can we talk about the lyrics?
Okay, you've been bottling this up. Not really. Actually, you've been talking about it constantly.
Yeah, I've been talking about it constantly. As someone who works in design, which is spelt D-Z-I-N-E, according to a local kitchen shop near my house.
Oh, heaven. It looks like that sounds like design, like magazine.
Yeah, I know. It's like, well, none of us like the G there, but it's in the word and we just have to put up with it. Dizigan. As a designer yourself, how did you feel about the use of text?
Well, I mean, this is the thing. Because you'd prolapsed warned me.
Prelapse. I prelapsed.
You prelapsed warned me. It didn't bother me too much because
Right.
I just kind of ignored it.
Right.
And like I said, that is an effect. That's what that is.
That's a
that
choice.
is an effect.
Yeah.
So I kind of didn't let it get to me. I think it was, if it was minimal, I probably wouldn't have noticed it so much. It was more in this particular one where there was entire songs being played.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, we're using every effect.
Oh man,
in Premiere Pro.
Like it's like I'm just like, why are you still doing this? Like, this isn't a lyric video. This is just like a bit in, like, let the rest of the show.
Yeah, and I feel like because Mariah sings sometimes in ways that are unexpected in terms of where she puts her words,
Yeah.
it just made it look clunky.
Yes, it's like, oh, the words have disappeared. She's still singing that line.
Yeah. Well, the sentence isn't finished because she sings the rest of it, the next bit.
Yeah, it's just
It's an overflow.
Also, I'm not mad for this bit's italic, this bit's bold. This bit, it's like it's too much. It's like, ironically, for an episode that's meant to be about lyrics, it's not very respectful for lyrics.
Yeah. It's like, it makes me hate them.
Yeah,
It makes me I don't know lyrics anymore.
just put them in a serif font and make them slowly crawl, and that's all you need to do. Because sans serif's hard to read.
Everyone should crawl around Mariah.
Exactly. Slowly.
I love that you know the serifs.
Yeah, I know the serifs.
Song serif and serif.
Song serif.
The Serif Sisters.
They were Mariah's backup singers on this.
Why is that so funny? It's so stupid.
The Serif Sisters.
Oh, yeah, that's the Serif Sisters. Thons and serif.
But serifs are easily, it's easier to read in a slab of text.
Yeah. And same with not having capitals. If you're writing all capitals, your brain just sees it as squares.
Oh, yeah. It's like,
so it's harder to read.
my head.
Yeah. So I'm just looking at a wall. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah. Anyway, that was Font Chat.
Font Chat. With the Serif Sisters.
With the Serif Sisters.
I love that we're still
CD
able to
out
make
now.
up rando shit in this podcast. No. So Mariah always tried to write in a way that wasn't too specific, so that her, so that other people could react.
Yeah.
So relate, not react. What am I saying?
React. It's all the same.
The way, the way that she did when she was growing up. But she has chosen to be very specific and honest in certain songs, like The Roof, which she also reads out word for word.
Yes.
For like an hour.
Isn't that? No, that's a bit from the book. Like The Roof is the reading from the book.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she's like, I can't be bothered. Get it from the book.
Well, I think the whoever has produced this has gone, we'll just pull out that whole chunk from the book because that was good.
Yes.
Because it's like, you remember it was like there was a particular style she had to reading the lyrics in the book.
Yes.
Like, because in this, she's just kind of like throwing them off, like, oh yeah, and the lyrics go like that. But whereas this was like performed, and I'm like, they've just copied and pasted this from the book, which is why I think at some point in this episode there's an ad for the book.
Probably. Yeah, if we wanted to, we better advertise it. Well, I already said Black Irish in part 2, so. So while all of this is happening, there's weather. So Fab hates this chapter.
Yeah.
Hates it. I'm real, says Mariah. PowerPoint says, turn personal moments into relatable songs. Song study outside.
This is what we call at normal university a case study, but because it's about a song, it's a song study.
Yeah, it's a song study. Mariah tells the story of Outside. Please see the meaning of Mariah Carey for more.
That's written on the screen.
I know.
I love it.
It's go and see that.
Please buy my book.
Yeah.
Thanks.
If you want to know more about what I'm saying, do that. Mariah says being biracial has been the bane Marie of her existence. And the outside... It's the Pain Marie of More Loft. It's a little Kath and Kim reference for anyone who doesn't know.
Oh, my God.
And The Outside is a song she's very proud of lyrically. There's a lot more PowerPoint while Outside plays.
Yes.
Mariah is the youngest of three, but she doesn't know them.
No.
It was the 60s when her parents married, which Mariah hates because of all the hippies. Mariah wasn't there, of course. And it was legal. She wasn't there, of course, because she's the youngest and came much later in 1997.
Yeah.
Mariah talks about feeling like less of a person because of her otherness and said it definitely affected her songwriting. Some of Mariah's friends had no idea what she went through until they read the meaning of Mariah Carey. She says it's because there was no good time to talk about growing up around prostitutes and drug dealers and other words to describe Alison. But I think it's because she wanted the sale. She's like, buy my book.
No, but also there was my favourite moment. She's like, well, I couldn't really interrupt a festive moment with that kind of thing.
Doesn't want to ruin the festive moments.
I love her.
But I just love that
commitment
all of the things...
to festive scat moments.
Yeah, that literally everything she said literally just describes Ellison.
Yeah.
She tells us how Make It Happen was written about faith, perseverance, and getting through it in a non-specific way so that people could apply their own story to it.
Yeah, no proper shoes upon her feet, just the ugly ones that Morgan got her.
Like, you couldn't get black. That goes with everything.
Yeah.
PowerPoint says...
Also, I mean, she didn't mention the ice flap in the song, so maybe it is generalised.
What?
Well, otherwise she would have talked about having ice in her flap.
That's true.
In her shoe flap.
And she doesn't want to tell anyone how to wear their slip. No. So why would she want to tell anyone how to ice their flaps?
Exactly.
You'd be silly.
I'm dribbling.
Why is everything about slits and flaps?
I don't know.
In
I
this
was
very
talking about the
gay
shoes.
show.
I don't know where you came in with your dress slits.
It's just my dress slit. What?
No,
Are you looking at my dress slit?
I've also got casual slits, but this is my dress slit.
Oh my God. PowerPoint's back. Maybe.
PowerPoint.
You're gone, but PowerPoint's back. PowerPoint says, mind your life for moments. Song study, Sunflowers for Alfred Roy.
Oh, sad.
Mariah discusses Sunflowers for Alfred Roy, which we discussed in our Alfred Roy chapters.
About how she kept bringing him stinky flowers and it was making him worse.
Exactly.
And she kept bringing them.
Here they are again. She does point out the nuances that she sometimes forgets. The nuances she sometimes forgets she puts in until she hears it later and goes, oh, yeah, I'm amazing. Remember when I did that? I forgot that I did that.
I did that.
Very good.
That was incredible.
Yeah, it's actually, this song's better than even I thought, which I already thought it was very incredible.
Yeah.
Triple DP incredible infinity. We reminisce about Hoddle and Mariah's time at band camp with all the racism.
Yes.
Mariah does have a moment talking about her father's cancer and the ways in which she tried to save him, and being over the top with the flowers, which it was actually, like, I think as you were saying before about the performing of much of the book, this is a conversation. Yeah. And it was actually, you could see in a moment the way she sort of had to say those words. Yeah. Like cancer and you know, seeing who could save him and all that. I was like, oh, it's just having her moment, which was, you know, nice to see in a relatable way in terms of, we've heard about it in the book and we felt it in the book, but seeing her just talking about it almost conversationally. It was like,
also, it kind of underscored what she was trying to get across in this lesson, which is, you know, here's some real pain, and this is the song I wrote from it, and it still surprises me how good it is.
Yeah. I forgot I was really good. I also love that she's like, she describes being over the top with the flowers, which we may or may not be able to imagine.
Oh my God, I can't imagine. I can't even imagine her being over the top with anything.
No, subtle. Like, subtle. It's that's the other, it's Serif sister. Stans and subtle.
The Serif sisters.
Yeah. They're friends with Shania, Mariah, Shania.
Stop talking about our twins like they haven't stopped talking to us.
She talks about how difficult it was to reveal those lyrics and especially to sing them. But Mariah does say not every lyric is that deep. Sometimes it's just sweet, sweet fantasy, baby.
Yep.
Or commercial jingles for plants that she'll never get around to.
Oh my God.
Like, no one has asked you to do a plant commercial, Mariah. And if they have, you have not opened that email.
No, didn't she say early in the book that she was doing jingles for...
Or maybe when she was, yeah.
Yeah, like when she was a
younger than
teenager.
she is now.
Before,
I mean, she's never been a teenager. I don't know
she's
what
never
you're
been a
saying.
teenager. But yeah, before her first album, she said she was writing jingles. Like when she was working with those producers, like she was doing the jingles and then in return they'd help her with the demos and stuff.
That's true.
So I think maybe she did write some Happy Plant songs.
I feel like now we need a Mariah version of the Australia's Funniest Home Video Show intro.
Oh, yes.
That's a jingle. Like
As
that.
sung,
Now
as
that
sung
is a
by
jingle.
Jo Beth Taylor and Tony Perrin in their time.
Did they both sing it? Even
They
like they
both
hosted
sang
it?
When they were hosting it, they re-sang it for themselves.
I love that.
Australia, this is you.
I love that I never realised that.
Yes, they sang it.
I'm obsessed.
I searched high and low for the fucking lyrics to that song because I wanted to write a question about it, but like I couldn't find where it was published.
Isn't that the entire song that you just sang?
Yeah, that's the whole song. No, but I wanted to have it, like, I needed to have it verified, like, you know, the publishing or the sheet music or something somewhere to go, these are the lyrics. Also...
Can you reference this podcast now?
You know. Also because it's the same as the America's Funniest Home Video lyrics, just with a different word in it.
Ironically, not Australia.
No.
They also sing that.
They also, weirdly, Bob Saget would sing, Australia, this is you.
Well, it'd be, the word is, this is us. They've changed.
No, there's
that's the
more
one word
lyrics,
they changed.
doesn't it? It start at the start, like there's like a little run up before they get to.
I need to hear
Australia, Australia, this is you.
But yes, this is our third lesson. Like, we have already learned so many things.
We're at the end of the lesson.
We're at the end of our lesson.
We've listened. Oh.
What have you learned?
What have I learned from this lesson? I have learned that Mariah's lyrics are amazing, as I always said. Like, you know, the last album we listened to, the Memoirs of an Imperfect Angel, I was like, the lyrics for this are the best she's ever written. And I feel like that has been a constant thing in her life where she's getting better and better and better at writing lyrics. And I think, actually, even though she said in her early days she tried to write more general lyrics, like, I feel like the more specific ones resonate better.
Yeah.
To be honest, like
entire Oprah Winfrey sections.
Yeah. Oh my God. Entire Oprah Winfrey segment. For real. Entire segment. Entire segment.
Like, yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, segment is one of the other Serif Sisters.
Yeah. Serif Sisters are there.
Well, there's a few. Sisters implies more than one.
Oh, okay. I thought they were just twins. I thought they were just twins.
Well, they're the twins. They've got older sisters.
Oh, okay.
It's like, you know, it's like Full House. There was Mary-Kate and Ashley, and then there was the other ones.
No, there was Mary-Kate and Ashley played one child. Like
sometimes that. Well, there's one font. I don't know. I didn't watch it. Or maybe it's like, okay, no. It's like Mary-Kate and Ashley and Elizabeth Olsen. And then I think there's a Caitlin Olsen who's actually not related but kind of has the same last name. So, and he's blonde. So it could be mistaken. So maybe some of them are just mistaken. Some of the cousins.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you act like this is ridiculous. It's perfectly clear to me.
I do. They made me go and see that bloody New York Minute and then to do an interview, and then one of them went into rehab. The other one was going to do the interview and then realised that I was going to ask questions about it, so then it was cancelled. I'm like, I watched that whole movie.
Oh, she prelapsed.
Yes, she
post-lapsed. I don't know. So, but which one went to rehab? Was it Sans or the other one?
I think it was I think it was Scat.
Scat Serif.
Scat Serif.
It's Officer Ray.
That's what she's saying. Serif. So one of them's called Sofa.
Sofa and Serif. Yeah, so yeah, she's just walked in the door.
Oh, I can suffer Serif. What is wrong with this podcast?
I didn't know. Why?
Anyway, I learned that Mariah's a really good writer. What did you learn in your lesson?
I mean, I learned about, the Serif family tree.
There's a lot of sisters.
So I love Safa.
Is it like Sister Sledge, where there's only really one Serif sister and the others are all ring-ins?
Yeah.
It's Kathy and some.
God.
Maybe the Serif sisters were the other Sledges. Sister Sledge.
Well, I was thinking also the tennis players. The Serif Sisters. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good tennis players. I don't know what's happening. But I learned that it's not just that Mariah is amazing. She's more amazing than we thought. But I think mainly it's just, the Serif family tree.
The Serif family. And also, never be afraid to plug your book in the middle of something that you've charged people $300 to watch.
I mean, it's only an extra, like, $30. It's a little bit more expensive in Canada. But
more expensive in Canada.
So is the Masterclass. So
is the Masterclass.
Because Mariah doesn't know where Canada is. It's overseas. She doesn't know it.
Yeah, it's the kind of place that spawns flat singers and the kind of people that would come for Aretha. Maybe it's cultural. I don't know.
Yeah. I just want to make it a little bit more expensive there.
Yep.
So if they want to read their chapter, they really have to pay a little extra.
Oh
God.
dear. So there are our lessons. And does that mean we're almost home?
Yeah.
At the end of the podcast, baby. Almost there, almost home. You could probably say, but you won't because of copyright. That's a no.
Well, now that we're almost home, I have a surprise for you. We got a letter.
Oh, no. Oh, God. It's going to be, we hate you.
I have had an email sent through to my theory podcast. Adam Mitchell has a theory. This is Paul. He writes me enormous letters.
Did you say Paul?
Yes.
Hi,
he writes
Paul.
me.
Wait.
Paul.
Actually, we're going to wait to hear what you have to say before I say hi. So I take that hi back.
He writes me these enormous letters about Doctor Who continuity, and they are amazing. Like, I love them.
Okay.
They're spectacular. Because I said I was disappointed with one of the seasons, and he's like, no, here's how it's amazing. And I'm like, whoa, you are right. That makes it sound amazing.
I love the detail.
Anyway, he says, I've only been to 2 concerts in my life. Second was Alice in Chains in 2014. And my first, Mariah Carey in 2013. I accompanied a friend from work, so my knowledge of Mariah's catalogue was limited to her singles from the 90s. Mm-hmm. I do recall Mariah drank a VB on stage.
Wow. Wasn't real, but okay. It was an MC.
As I had a small link to Mariah, I gave your and Posh's podcast a listen. 3 weeks later, I've listened to all of the podcasts and wow. I'm not sure if I know more about Mariah Carey, Melbourne's inner city suburbs, or orifices of the male body. That's the email.
Is that the whole thing?
That's the whole thing.
Oh my God.
Thanks, Paul.
I love that it's just that hard end. Like, full stop. That's it.
Orifices of the male body. I'm like, yeah, we do talk about that a lot.
Well, I mean, let's be real. It's the same orifices of the female bodies.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any.
There's one fewer.
Yeah. No, that's just math, Paul. We don't understand math.
We don't.
I love that that's the takeaway from the entire podcast.
I know. He knows more about Mariah Carey, but also Melbourne's inner city suburbs and orifices.
I didn't realise we were talking so much about inner city suburbs.
Yeah, remember we tried to explain how to say Paran?
Yeah, well,
like
Oprah
about
ran.
a whole episode.
I think that's an important thing to know. Oprah ran. Drop the O.
Oprah ran.
I think that's perfectly reasonable.
Yep.
to talk about in Mariah Carey podcast.
If he thinks that's bad, he should go and listen to the Poofcast, where that's all we talk about is Melbourne suburbs and
male
many
orifices.
orify.
Yeah.
We had a fisting lesson one week.
Oh my God, of course you did.
Was
Was it with Santa?
No, it was not with Santa and his many reindeer.
No. Oh my God. Well, thanks, Paul, I think.
Thank you, Paul. Thanks for listening. And you didn't have to listen to all of them. You didn't even have to listen to one. So bless
I
you.
think all of those things were in the first episode. It took him. He only listened to the first one. It just took 3 weeks because it was just too much.
3 weeks to get through it all.
It was just us listing inner city suburbs and holes.
And I'm sorry about this one and the Serif Sisters. Especially Sofa Serif.
I've already forgot when we edit. I'll make a list of how many Serif Sisters there are. It's like Packed to the Rafters but with the Serif Sisters. Sans.
It's short for Sans. Her name's Sansia, but everyone calls her Sans.
Oh my God, this is dumb. Why are we so dumb? Me, I am Sans Serif, the Serif Sisters.
I'm the Serif Sisters.
Okay. We've already said almost home, so we talked for 10 more minutes.
Yeah, we're at home.
So next week, I thought we don't want to bombard everyone with a 9 triple DP of Masterclass, so we're going to break it up just a little because you want to have time to go home and apply the lessons that you've learned.
Yes, the lessons that we've learned. We need to put those into our real life.
Yeah.
I've got to go and point at some people and sing at them and hope they understand that that's how to make a latte. Yeah.
And I'm going to make some violinists cry.
No. I want to go. Make the milk go. No, it's not frothy enough.
Is that A minor? No, I said nut milk.
No, that's oat milk. I wanted almond.
Oh, you put a heart on top? I wanted a butterfly. A giant butterfly. Do it again.
Do it again.
Do it again. Daniel, tell them what I want. That's an affogato. Great. There's no milk in that, Mariah. I want milk in my affogato. There probably is milk. I don't know coffee.
Avocado is espresso poured on top of an ice cream.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's probably why I know it, because I know ice cream. I don't know coffee. Anyway.
I don't even drink coffee anymore. That was.
I've never drank it. I do it ice cream.
Really?
Yeah. So next week, I actually don't want to say what we're going to be doing, but a hint is that we're going to be covering a song that's very near and dear to our heart. And it will go for 19 weeks.
Just one song.
One song. Because it deserves it. So
Okay.
I'll leave you with just that we're going to let your heart be the trumpet.
Chumpet was the other Serif sister.
Scrumpet.
Scrumpet and Chumpet. They were twins. Twins!
Michelle has heard all about these people by now. Poor Michelle.
Poor Michelle. Okay, well, should we just stop?
I think so.
Okay. Bye, Emily.
I'm scanning again. Oops. No, I said, God's sake. For fuck's
Don't make
sake,
it go back in.
No, I want it pro and then post lapse, you know? Like just a hint of prolapse.
No lapse.
Just pro. I'm prolapse, but not pro-low. Okay. I'm post-low, but prolapse. All right, and I'm pointing so you get it.
When did we start having after credit sequences?
I don't know.
All right,
when the mop started. All right, are we good? Have you seen that the Spice Girls are on the circle?
No.
So Emma and Baby, Emma and LB, Scary Baby, are in the circle and they're playing the games or whatever. And one of the things they have
pretending to be
they're
someone
like a
else?
catfish, yeah.
Oh.
And if they get away with it, it ups the prize money, $50,000. And
Right.
my favourite part is watching them sit there on the couch acting like that's a lot of money. Like, oh, 50 grand.
50 grand. That could change your life.
That could change your life. We're
I
getting
think I
paid
got that for
$3
X
million
Factor
for
in
this.
Australia.
Yeah. We're getting paid $3 million per day for this. But it's fine. That's just our change. Anyway.
I love the circle. Do they still scream emojis?
Yeah, it's very strange. I would be so hateful. Like, can you imagine me in it? Be like, I don't want to know any of you. # get fucked. I don't care. You're all very regular, and I don't know you.
I know. It's like I've spent so much time locked indoors. I'm like, I don't want to watch other people locked inside anymore.
No.
Like, I was fine when I was in the Gold Coast and was allowed to be out and about to watch the circle. That was great fun.
Yeah.
But now, no.
Yeah. I mean, there's Spice Girls in it, so that helps.
Yeah.